Today the topic of discussion is question 2 on recursion. So first of all, I'll request you to kindly watch the video on recursion. Then I have made one question 1 on recursion, which was asked in TCS Digital, and now today we are going to solve this question which is asked in IIT Kharagpur. Fine, so let's start with the question, and the question is in front of you. You have 60 seconds of time to solve this question. So here if you see that in function main you are calling a function, and you are inside printf statement you are calling a function with value having two parameter 20 and 1, and this is the definition. That is, if n is 0 then return 0, else if there is no equal to and all. So what is the meaning of this? I'll explain you later. And then else this, either the answer will be 9 or 0 or 99 or none. Fine, so you have to find it out what will be the answer. So meanwhile you still have 24 seconds to go and solve this question. You can send me a comment answer in a comment box. So let me start with the question, how to solve this question. So let's start with the question. So you are calling a function with value 20 and 1. So what will happen? So what will happen actually? It will go like this, and it will put value of n 20 and k 1. Is n equal to 0? No, condition become false because n is 20. Else if, now see, else if 20 modulo 2. What is 20 modulo 2? Means when you divide 20 with 2, modulo gives you remainder. What remainder you will get? 0. So modulo give remainder. So the value inside if is what? 0. And 0 means what? False. 0 means false. So if condition become false, fine. So since this is also false, this is also false, so you will execute else statement. That is, you will call function again f. 20 by 2 is 10. 2 into k, what is the value of k? 1. So 2 into 1 become 1 minus k. What is the current value of k? 1. Fine. So now during first call you have received this. Now you will call this function with value 10 and 1. So the value become 10 and value become 1. Fine. Okay. So value become 10. I'm so sorry. So this will become 2 into k. I'm so sorry. 2 into k. The value of k is 1. 2 into k become 2. Fine. So you will call the function with value 10 into 2. Fine. Okay. Now you will again check, is n equal to 0? False. Condition is absolutely false. Why? Because n is not 0. 10 modulo 2 is again 0, because 10 modulo 2 is again 0. So condition again become false. So you will again call this f. 10 by 2 is what? 5. 2 into k, what is the current value of k? 2. 2 into 2 becomes 4 minus k minus 2. Fine. So again you will call this function. So value become 5 and becomes 4. Is n equal to 0? Condition is false because n is not 0. Now 5 modulo 2. 5 modulo 2 will give you 1. And it is, since it is 1, the condition becomes true, because anything other than 0, something which is not 0 is always true. So condition become true. So I'll execute now this statement. That is, I will call this function third time f. 5 by 2 is what? 2, because when you divide 5 with 2 you get quotient 2. 2 into k, what is the current value of k? 4. 2 into 4 become 8 plus k, what is the current value of k? 4. Fine. Now you call this function with value 2 and 8. So becomes 2 and this become 8. Fine. So when you call 2 and 8, is n equal to 0? No, because n is 2, condition false. Else if 2 modulo 2, what is 2 modulo 2? Remainder is 0. 2 modulo 2 is remainder is 0. So when remainder is 0, condition becomes false. So now you will not call this and you will call else. So f 2 by 2 is what? 1. When you divide 2 with 2, you get quotient 1. 2 into k, current value of k is 8. 2 into k becomes 16 minus k. What is k? 8. Fine. At next time when you call function with value 1 and 16. So again, is n equal to 0? Condition becomes false. 1 modulo 2. Now when you divide 1 with 2, you get remainder 1. Yes, when you divide a small value with bigger value, you get remainder as a smaller value. So you get 1. And 1 means what? True. Anything other than 0 is true. So when this becomes true, you will call this function. So f 1 by 2. Now 1, when you divide 1 with 2, you get answer 0, because 1 you cannot divide 1 with 2. So you get answer 0. 2 into k, the current value of k is 16. So 2 into 16 becomes 32 this is plus k. What is the current value of k? 16. Fine. Now you call this function with value 0 and 32. This becomes 0 and this becomes 32. Now is n equal to 0? Yes, now n equal to 0. So when n becomes 0, you simply return 0. So to whom you will return? I'll return 0 to this function, because when this function has called me, I have got the value 0. So I'll return value 0 to this. So 0 plus 16 becomes 16. So I will return this value 16 to this function. So 16 minus 8 will become 8. So I'll return this value of 8 to this function. 8 plus 4 becomes what? 8 plus 4 become 12. I'll return 12 value to this function. 12 minus 2 becomes 10. I'll return 10 value to this function, and 10 minus 1 become 9, and finally I'll return 9 to this function, because this function has given me the initial call. So what I'll get answer 9. So if you see, the correct answer is 9. So this was all about how to solve such question which is asked in IIT Kharagpur.